Hello everyone. This is video 5 of the Bellwright series. I think I got my audio fixed. Last video is really low. For some reason I have to turn my audio up like 150% so it records loud enough so everyone can hear me. I'm just going to kind of yell into the mic in this video. Hopefully I can remember to do that the whole video. I'm not usually the type of person to yell, but since the video needs it, I'll be trying to do that. Anyways, I thought I'd make a video about a couple things. How did you die? What happened there? Oh, there's like a million wolves around this thing. I don't know why they went out that far. Maybe I should lower the radius on this thing. They're always getting killed over there. They can usually hunt pretty decent, but there's like a lot of wolves over by that wheat field. I don't know why there's so many wolves there. What's this one? Yeah, we'll do like 350 on this one. Okay. I did want to talk about a few things in this video. In the last video, I mentioned I built the village, archery range, militia, whatever, granary, blah blah blah, all that stuff over there. And yeah, I also, the cooking pots, they weren't putting water into them. Well, I figured out why. And there was like a whole bunch of villagers, if you watched the last video, just training back and forth here. It was because they were taking all my resources and bringing them down here and putting them in the village vault and granary. Why they were doing that, I don't know, but they were. And they had a lot of my stuff down there. For some reason, they were taking water out of the well and bringing it down there and putting it in the village vault and granary. Makes no sense whatsoever. Is is really dumb. So yeah, if you guys are thinking about building those village things, where's my building stuff? I think it was in tier 3. These things right here, I wouldn't even bother. The vault and the granary actually have storage. They have an insane amount of storage. This thing had like 100k storage, and this had quite a bit too. These 3, I cannot interact with them. But the thing is, you can only build them in a radius of a town. So like, this is the radius, right? About like that. So you have to build them pretty close. And I mean, unless you built your town right on the edge there, your people are going to take items from your storage and just walk them down there and put them in those storages. And then when they need them, they're going to walk all the way down there and grab like 1 water and then walk all the way back here and try to cook something, which is completely, for lack of a better word, retarded. Like, that's something they need to address like ASAP, because that's broke. There is, I don't know if you guys noticed this, if you look at this right here, your training, this is for I'm guessing the village archery range and militia grounds, but none of my people can use those. I'm guessing because they're not part of my town, and I haven't seen a thing where I can assign them to my town. They don't exist in here anywhere. They're kind of like the other things you build in the town for the morale or whatever, to get Bellwright, to get this right here, the trust. They're just like those stones and stuff like that. You know, those buildings don't actually exist. So yeah, I definitely do not build the village storehouse or the village vault and the village granary. That will break your game pretty much. It took me quite a while to bring all my items back here and then delete them. and like we can teleport over there, and I could show you where I was building them. I already deleted them, so I can't really show you exactly what was happening. I mean, they're basically like a storage like this. It's a much smaller building, about the size of the barn, and you can actually access it, but you don't have this. So you can't tell them to not put stuff in there. You can't like turn all these off to where they empty it out. So they just load it up. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, if you have like a storage that's like 100% full, your people will take stuff out of that storage and kind of put it in another storage. If you have the option set for that, they'll kind of like balance out all your items to where it's like 50% full. And honestly, I don't know why they do that, but it's kind of annoying. Sometimes they'll move stuff around quite a bit, which doesn't really help any production or efficiency in the game. I wish they didn't do that. I wish they would just kind of put stuff in the buildings that they're supposed to and not try to even it out. Like, you know, put like, instead of having 100% in one and 0 in the other, they'll put 50 in there and 50 in the other. And they will work around the clock moving that stuff, which really makes no sense. Like, it doesn't help productivity or efficiency or anything like that. So, yeah. I think that is a priority 1, that they fix those 2 buildings, because that's going to break a lot of people's games. And I didn't know why they were even like, you know, not putting water in those cooking pots. It was because they were walking so far to get water. They were literally walking like across the map to grab like 1 water to like cook with it. But other than that, I don't know. What do you guys think are like priority like 1 and 2 and 3 and all that for like things they need to fix for the game? Because you know, the devs do watch YouTube videos, especially ones that get like okay views. I guess my video's been getting okay views lately. So they might be watching this. So you know, what do you guys think are priority 1? I mean, like obviously food, right? Like, and smelting. Like, that's what I would say. Like, obviously fix those 2 buildings. The village granary and whatever vault, these 2 things. Like, don't have that. That's broken as hell. But other than that, I think like the food and the smelting AI. Now I can explain kind of like what's going on with this a little bit. If you guys noticed on my channel, I have got into making games in Unreal Engine. I have a few videos on a game I've been making. I've kind of taken a break from it for a while because I hit some brick walls and I can't really figure out the animations. But as far as like the functionality and the logic and coding in the game, I did pretty good. I have like some AI in my game. Like, I just have like a simple rabbit and bear that just does simple things. Like, the rabbit runs away from you and the bear will attack you. And if you get out of their aggro range, they'll go back to roaming. Which it sounds a lot. It sounds pretty simple, but it's a lot more complicated than you might think. And I can kind of tell that the AI here in this game, it has like a 1 task queue. So it has like a 1 queue for tasks. And what they do is like, okay, this thing needs wood. Let me grab wood, put wood in there. Okay, I need to go pick 1 wheat. Let me go pick 1 wheat. Okay, now I need to go put a leather on there. And it's very ADD. But it works in this game because there's so many things in the village to do that the AI can just kind of like run around and accomplish all these things as a whole. And you can obviously set priorities and restrict them from doing certain things, which helps out. But the thing that doesn't work with cooking is and smelting, which are pretty much in the same boat, is you can't really put 1 wood in this and then go do other things and successfully cook food and ore. It just doesn't work like that. You have to do multiple things to successfully do this, and the AI can't do multiple things at once. They kind of just do one thing at a time. So they have to like ADD and randomize until they successfully cook one metal bar, which is super inefficient. They'll burn through all this charcoal before one of them even starts cooking some more ore. You can see they walk really slow, you know, and they'll eat like 3 steaks, and by the time he walks over to that warehouse, the food's gone and he wants to go eat 3 more steaks. So that's an issue too. That's a completely separate issue from them making food and making metal. One thing I know from working in Unreal is that there's like a check system in the game, or in the engine, that you can set for anything, including AI, where you could make a is cooking, is smelting, and you could set it for a check every time it does something, and if it is cooking or if it is smelting, then the AI will do something slightly different. That's what they need to do in this game, is do a check system for cooking and smelting. And if it is cooking or is smelting, then the AI needs to do things a little differently. So if it does go put charcoal in here, it needs to also grab a whole bunch of ore, and you know that's the check thing, is smelting. So if it decides to interact with the smelter, i.e. put charcoal in here, then it is smelting. And then if it is smelting, it needs to also grab ore, and it needs to come over here, put the charcoal in there, put the ore in there next, and then just stand here. And just stand here and cook all the ore in its inventory and not grab like 1 ore at a time. It's a little bit more complicated to code that, which I understand why that's not in the game. It's early access. They haven't, you know, made more complicated AI yet for it, but they definitely need to do that for cooking and smelting. It's going to be pretty hard for them to code the cooking part since there's so many cooking recipes. They literally need to code, you know, every single recipe into the AI. Like, if it is cooking, then what is it cooking? Okay, we're going to cook a onion soup, so I need to grab these ingredients and go stand over there and cook my onion soup without walking away. And once it's done, I need to grab my onion soup, put it in the food cellar, and then grab more ingredients for onion soup. You know, like, once you think about it like that, it is pretty complicated. It's going to take some time for them to program all those recipes. There's less ore recipes, so I hope they, you know, at least add this to the game a little sooner, because I'm getting pretty sick of cooking all this metal. I just spent like, I don't know, like 10 in-game days like smelting this. I'm out of iron ore. I got my copper and tin up. I got my bronze up. I shouldn't need to have them go get any copper or tin ore, which I'm out of that too now. But I definitely need to get them on some iron, because I've unlocked everything in the game now, and this top tier armor is really expensive on steel and iron. It also takes a lot of leather. So before I see a squirrel and run off, I need to address 2 people down to the iron mine. Let's see who has decent harvesting skills. Nobody. Okay, you 2 people. You 2. You're gonna be iron. And you're gonna be iron. Alright, and they probably don't have any iron mining picks down there, which I'll go do that. It's gonna take them forever to walk across the map. I did have this set for gathering mushrooms, wood, and hunting, and I was having them send the mushrooms and the wood and all the meat to the main place here. I ended up with like 1,500 mushrooms that they weren't cooking, and they were sending all the wood, so they couldn't make arrows here, which means they couldn't hunt. So I had them stop sending wood and stop sending mushrooms, and now they just send meat. I just had them kind of top off all the hides and stuff, and they had like 600 wood down there, so I'm having them send a little bit of that over here. We have quite a bit of stuff here now. They're getting caught up with everything. Because of the leather requirements for the new armor, I expanded my leather production over here, which I don't know why they're... Oh yeah, I have the building set to like a 5 priority. So let's go ahead and do this. Oops, not that much, Jesus. Just do like, try to keep up with 50, and it seems like I keep setting the priorities higher and higher on everything. Like everything is like 1 after I play the game for a little while, and I have to go back through and turn a bunch of things off of 1 and 2. But yeah, so we're trying to keep up with leather production because, here, I'll show you the armor. Oh, there's my plate armor. Yeah, you can see it's 70 armor, which is great. Negative 20 speed is horrible. These are the max boots, 10 leather. You know, and your steel and iron takes a little bit of bronze. These are the gloves, the gauntlets. 5 leather again. The knight helmet doesn't take any leather, it takes cotton bolts. I went a little crazy on the cotton, thinking we were going to need a lot of that. You do need a lot of it to unlock recipes of the lower tier stuff to get to this higher tier stuff, so there's that. But we're sitting good on cotton for the rest of the game. It does take a lot of steel and the bronze. I don't know which, I think these are the, yeah. Oh, this does take cotton too. Okay, so it wasn't a huge waste, but no. What is it called? Knight. This one right here. 10 leather, 12 steel, 14 iron. I guess we're gonna need a lot of bronze, so I might need to get my people back on the copper and tin. My tin mine ran out, and I kind of demolished it. I had a huge surplus of tin, but I burned through that. I'm gonna make a new tin mine right here in between these 2 tin nodes, because they mined all the tin up here in between these 2. I had built something right there. This is a really good spot right here because you have a road here. You can build a signpost and then build your thing right in between these, which is really nice. It's kind of what I did with copper here. I have a signpost and then the mining thing in between these 2 copper ones. These 2 should have quite a bit left on them. This is fairly new. I checked the iron one not too long ago, and these are still running strong. I'm not sure if you actually will burn through the iron, or if there's just an insane amount in the iron nodes. So those are still running strong, but there is you know, more iron on the map. There's a lot of iron that isn't marked on the map. There's 2 iron nodes right here that aren't marked. Can't get a signpost like right there, but that would be a pretty good spot. There's also, I got a signpost here for this one. I believe there's a iron node right here too, which is really close to the road, so you can get that signpost extra close. And there's quite a bit of the map I haven't explored. I know there's another spot right here by this water. It was like right here when I was running by there, so there's quite a bit of iron there. I'm not too worried about that. I don't know why there's a wolf in the camp. So I'm gonna start trying to up the iron and steel production so we can start thinking about making good armor for everyone. I just smelted my heart out, and you know, this is what I'm sitting at with that. We're doing pretty good on everything else, you know, like I'm not really building anything, so I'm not really using much. I'm not really sure what tin plate's for. I used it a little bit for unlocking stuff, but since then it's not really used for anything. I don't even think you use it for making weapons. Like all the good weapons take like steel, iron, and bronze. Here, I'll get my full what am I missing? My helmet? I don't know what they did with my helmet. They move all my stuff around. I think I have tools. I built some barns here instead of those giant warehouse things. I got them like constantly making these now that I have enough hide. It's not really about having the stag horns, it's about having enough hide and fur. Because you don't want to run out of hide making these and then you can't make leather. Which I think you need the fur for doing that also. I don't know the exact recipe cost. But boom, you know, like that was gonna get like 1,000 renown right there. Just for doing these things. Takes like 2 seconds. Okay, here's my helmet. I'm gonna have them stop making this backup gear. This was like my iron gear that I was using for everyone. I have enough renown to recruit more people, and there's a quest now for 25,000 renown. So you can see the armor values there for max armor, pretty high compared to, you know, the lower stuff. You get 70 just for this. But the movement speed is this is walking, and this is running. It's really, really slow. So definitely gonna want to be taking this off to move around. Again, that's a little tip. Take your armor off when you're running around. You like turbo all over the place, and because of that you use a lot less stamina getting around. I finally got my one hand up to 7, which I have a ton of books. Oh, I finished reading that one book. Good. I have a ton of books. It just I don't know, like I don't really keep up with the books. It takes so long to read. These are all like my high level books, and like some of them are like farming and stuff like that, but I mean I have a ton of these one-handed level 7 books, like literally, and then a bunch of 9s, ton of 9s. So if I can use these 7s to get up to 9, I should be able to max this out pretty easily. It's just trying to stay on top of these, like reading them. The agility and archery, you can actually level that up by using your bow. This levels up pretty quick just by doing that, but using like a melee weapon and a shield, like these things level up super slow. You do get XP, it's just really, really slow. Even if you're out like hunting, like killing animals all the time, it just goes up like so slow compared to using a bow. And your people will actually level up their archery and agility pretty quick too, hunting. So you can probably just kind of tell which ones are my hunters by you know, their archery skills getting up there pretty decent, as well as their agility. Another thing, like when you're recruiting people, you definitely want to shoot for 5 strength or 5 agility. I know when you're first starting out that's like impossible, like nobody even has 4 strength, because feeding this many people strength books, like oh my god, it's gonna take forever to get these people up to like 5 and even 6. I mean 6 is ideal for strength, they can use those kite shields, but most of the steel weapons are 5 strength. Like this one's 6 strength, a lot of them are 6 strength. On top of that, 5 strength. These are iron weapons, 4. But a lot of I don't know where all my weapons went, but I made a bunch of 2 hands. The kite shields are 6 strength, and the bow, and I think it's like the falchion or whatever, are 5 agility. So that's why it's like you want to shoot for 5 strength or 5 agility, and either go like bow or melee with them. Because I mean, it doesn't matter like how many people of this you have, how many people of that you have. It's how many people have these like nice weapons, how many people have those nice kite shields, and how many people have these steel weapons that are gonna, you know, help you out. It looks like I need to actually get some more of those agility swords crafting. Yeah, let's not do that anymore. Is it this one? Yeah, not the falchion, the saber. Let's just make like 5 more of those. Dang. That's so weird too. That's another broken thing in the game. When you do deliveries, like I had it set for 100, right? Once a day, it sent me 456. So, yeah, I mean, we can turn all this off for a little while and just have them send meat. I want to make a couple more two-handed weapons since we don't have any of those in stock. This is both. This is both too, but it's like a wood axe. I actually use the wood axe, the one-handed wood axe, for a weapon, but they keep taking all my wood axes and putting them in the lumber mill, which is really annoying. Dang, that's 80 damage. That seems pretty legit. Oh, another thing I had happen. This is the weapon I use. I've been using that. I enjoy it a lot, but I don't know. Probably try out some other ones here in the future. It has good damage, good speed, and good length on it. That's why I've been using it. Are those the only three two-handed? I guess that is. Okay. Well, besides the wood axe. One thing that I know for certain has happened, going to here and going to storage. You might have noticed in an earlier video, I think I even like verbally mentioned it, I had like 800 feathers. I have 37 all of a sudden, and I have not made any arrows. I don't know where my feathers went. They just disappeared. I don't know if they were taking them and dropping them on the ground for some reason, but I haven't been making any arrows at all. No idea where 800 feathers went. They just disappeared. So that's pretty aggravating. I had an issue a while back where like 200 copper bars disappeared too. So I don't know. That's pretty aggravating. What else has been going on? I think I started mentioning in the other video when you're trading, and I kind of like ADD'd off. When you're trading, like the best thing to trade for, in my opinion, is food that you can grow. Wheat seems to be the best because they make plenty of seeds when they're growing wheat. You can see I have like 500 grains. It seems like when they're growing this stuff, they will eventually run out of seeds, and then you got to go buy seeds, and that's really annoying. And some of the things you grow, like cotton, you know, it only sells for 2. Hemp sells for 1. Flax sells for 1. These things here I'll sell for 4, which is really good, but again, they run out of seeds pretty quick. Wheat sells for 4, and you get plenty of seeds. So I mean, you can just sit here and hold shift. Like, there's no reason to like make those tunics just because you need to click it once, you know. Like, you can hold down shift and it puts half up there, and then you hold shift again, it takes half back. So and then you can just kind of click it a couple times and get what you need there. That's why I got my guys growing so much wheat right now. I got 2 crops doing wheat. I got one that they're kind of just doing a mix of all the vegetables, and this one they're supposed to be growing sage, but it looks like they ran out of sage seeds again. I've been thinking about making a sage outpost just because of that. Like, I hate running to all these herbalist, whatever, people all over the map and buying seeds. It's really annoying because sometimes they'll sell like 2 sage seeds. So it's like you got to run to like 10 of them. It takes quite a while. There's a garlic and a sage right here next to each other, and it's right next to the road. So I was thinking about doing garlic and sage. I was even thinking about doing like wood here too to kind of help out with wood. It actually seems like my wood's doing pretty well now. But I was thinking about making like an actual sage outpost, which is kind of nuts, right? I got 2 tier 3 lumber mills, and they're set on gathering, you know, wood, like a lot of wood. But I built 2 tier 1s right here, and now my wood seems to be doing pretty decent. Like, you can see, like, I'm starting to get a decent amount of wood. They did just send us 500, so I don't know. Maybe we're not doing too good on wood. So that was one reason I was thinking about also doing wood there on that outpost. Yeah, I don't know. I have so many vills here now that I can definitely afford to send some of these strength 3, you know, like I don't want to keep feeding some of these people books. Some of these people are you know, really good at other things though. Yeah, I don't know. I might send 2 people to go collect sage and garlic there. That way they can keep up with spice. I think they've been feeding all my sage to these aviaries, which I'm thinking about just turning these off. They make honey, but then the people just eat the honey. So it's like I'm just burning through all this sage for what? Alright, like I have 1,500 mushrooms that they don't eat. And they eat all the honey, and then like look, like they just come over here and drop sage on the ground. So that's probably where all my sage is going. I think I'm just going to turn these off. Like this isn't working. It's kind of like these windmills. They make flour really slowly. But I do have like a ton of flour now, but that's because they don't make bread. They do not make bread. Priority 1, like all this stuff, they can make it. Like, look at all the ingredients I have. Like, why aren't they just mass producing? And of course, no honey, because they just eat the honey. They definitely need to put some work into the, you know, I guess they did make one there. I'm gonna eat that. They need to put some work into the food AI stuff to where it gives us some options for like what they eat. I turned off my smokers because this is the only way I can figure out how to get food for like going on a, you know, going on a fight and going to kill people, is to stock up raw meat and not let them cook it, because they won't eat the raw meat, right? So and they're still not just like making soups. They have like all their ingredients to do that, and they're not making soups. But I have them stock up the raw meat, and then when I'm ready to go fight, I'll turn on all the smokers, and they'll start smoking, you know, tons and tons of meat, right, and mushrooms, and they're gonna eat it while they're doing that. And you know, I have like 50 people here, so they're gonna like eat the crap out of it. But once you get like 100 cooked meat and stock, hopefully, you know, 2 varieties, the large meat and the regular meat, like boom boom, get this smoked. That way you can give them like a huge health bonus, and get them all juiced up and then go like fight people. It's literally like the only way to like do it right now that I can find out. If you guys have like a better way to do it, please let me know. I mean, you can see I have like a ton of cauldrons. That's not the issue. I got several things queued up in here, and like look at the ingredients. Like there's tons of, I have 1,200 mushrooms, like almost 500 garlic. Like there should be no reason they're like not doing this. Like top up priority 1. I got all these cooks that are, you know, cooking. Yeah, I have a lot of other people in there, but 1 2 3 3 2 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Like I got a ton of people that are should be doing nothing else but cooking, and they just don't. So I don't know. If you guys have like a better setup for like making food, let me know. The smoking racks is pretty much the only thing that they actually use and will make food, but then they eat so much of it that I can't really keep up with it meat wise. So I kind of have them not cooking, just saving up raw meat for like when I want to go hunting, and then we're gonna cook the crap out of it and go on a rampage around the map, slaying everything. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I wanted to go over a whole bunch of stuff, get everyone caught up with what's going on the higher tier side of things. Again, with these village, granary, and vault, do not build these 2. You will break your game and you will hate life. You literally have to take it out of there by hand teleporting back and forth, which is really annoying because you can't build the teleports very close to the town. So you have to run pretty far distance, like into town, grab a load, 50 items, go back, teleport, put it in there, go back and take all your items, unless you just want to drop them all on the ground, which you're probably going to want to do. It's so annoying when they put like 1,000 items in there or more, right? Like if you don't catch it in time. So, you know, be warned. This game has a lot of bugs and glitches. This is not just me complaining about stuff. This is me warning you guys not to make the same mistakes that I have. So, you know, that's why I'm making these videos and complaining about stuff, is to help you guys out. I hope you, you know, are wise enough to take it like that instead of just hearing me complain about stuff. So, yeah, stay tuned for the next video. We should be doing some more combat stuff. I can't wait to go fight with my all my new gear here, which can't really see too well in the dark. Looks pretty cool, right? The full night setup, pretty good aesthetics. Yeah, stay tuned guys, and drop a like and a comment and down below. Later.